Hi, my name is Steph Barnhart. I'm a senior journalism and public relations double major, and I'm really excited to do this. It's a lifelong dream of mine to give a TED Talk, so here I am. Okay, so there was this day in my life last April when one of my good friends and fellow world-traveling, aspiring minimalist people in my life shared this link with me in my Facebook inbox. And the link sent me to a video that was made by this really hip production company called Gnarly Bay. And the video is titled A Story for Tomorrow. If you haven't seen it, you really should watch it. This thing it's glitzy. It's a beautifully produced video with lots of fancy footage taken with a DSLR camera of this rugged couple who spent a number of weeks traveling through Patagonia. The narrator of this video speaks in this really booming voice and asks questions of the viewer while taking them on this couple's journey through their time in the beautifully stunning landscape of South America. The theme of this 5-minute video is finding happiness and being satisfied with the story of your life. So this video moved me for a lot of reasons, but I think one of the main ones was how the aesthetic video design and really pensive soundtrack, combined with cool narration, spiffy editing, and the like, combined to cause me to actually examine my life and where it was at that particular moment. In that moment, I wanted my life to look exactly like the couple in the video, traveling on this trek through Patagonia, probably wearing Patagonia gear. But it was the first time that I had watched a video and thought to myself, how did they make that? I'd seen about 1,000 YouTube videos and watched many, many movies or films in my life up to that point, but never before had I wondered about the actual production work that went into that kind of project. So the fact that I had this was in April, again last year, so the fact that I had just signed up to take Greg Carlson's video production class the following fall made me really excited because I would start learning the basics of video design. The thing is that I've been capturing stories for about as long as I can remember. As a journalism major, I literally live for the moments when people sit down with me and tell me their stories, and then I get to sit down, just me and a blank screen, and try to figure out how to best tell the world the story. Up until last fall, though, I'd only done that with words, never photographic images, let alone moving video footage. I try to give my stories a through line, and for me the most meaningful writing or story capturing happens when those stories are contributing to change. Often with my writing, though, it's perspective change and not behavior change that I strive for. So what this Story for Tomorrow video made me realize is that video has this unique ability to get at the senses in the way even the most vivid writing cannot. There was something really tactile and alive about this video that caused me to actually answer the questions that the narrator was asking me. So when the fall semester began, I had this great opportunity to get to know basics of video and started this class with Greg. I started to ask my own questions about making film. In video production, which for me was an elective towards my media or multimedia journalism major, the syllabus is set up quite flexibly. The one major requirement of the course was that 2 of the 4 videos we produced had to in some way be related to sustainability. Easy for me, I thought, and so I started brainstorming story ideas instantly and remembered a conversation that I had had with one of my most trendy friends who explained to me that she finds nearly all of her clothing secondhand. Rarely does she buy anything new, she said, because of the way it increases her reliance on fossil fuels and contributes to her personal carbon footprint. I don't know if any of you have ever heard the term fast fashion, but it's a new idea that has been gaining popularity among clothing retailers, especially like H&M or Forever 21, who offer very inexpensive clothing that is meant to be worn only a few times. This idea of fast fashion is causing us to develop a throwaway fashion attitude, and it speeds up the cycle from when a piece of clothing is produced to when it's thrown away. If you've ever seen the popular YouTube video, The Story of Stuff, you might remember that in this video, they explain that less than 1%, less than 1% of purchased material is still in use 6 months after it was bought. Clothing is most certainly included in this vicious cycle of reckless consumerism. So the subject of this mini documentary that we are about to watch and that I brainstormed to create for my video production class last semester is very acutely aware of the connection between what is bought and the environmental impact that shopping practices have on this planet. It's not technically perfect, the video, but for the third video that I've ever created in my life, I'm not too ashamed to show it to you tonight. So let's check it out.
When I was in high school, it was a big deal to, that's like what we did for fun sometimes on the weekends, was to go thrifting. And then it just kind of evolved from that, and I got good at it. I could pick out pieces really easily, and it was fun. There's something novel in going to thrift stores and finding cool pieces.
I guess I pride myself in having a minimalist lifestyle, which ends up meaning I don't spend money. I hit up kind of the men's department with sweaters and some blazers and shoes, and I see something that looks kind of quirky, kind of fun.
It turns into an environmental issue, minimizing the energy that is used in manufacturing. If you buy secondhand, you're eliminating that. I mean, at one point it was made in a store, but you're taking that away from buying at a department store, as well as like throwing it into a landfill. Instead of, some of those clothes that people get rid of in their homes, they just go out into the landfill. And instead of throwing away a perfectly good sweater, get more use out of it.
These shoes, they're eco sneaks apparently, which I thought was kind of cool. They don't make them anymore. I got those at Savers like 2 or 3 weeks ago. In my pocket, I'm hunting, looking for a cover. The eco sneaks are made from an old motor vehicle tire, so I think that's kind of cool, and I guess that's where they get the name.
People are so surprised at what you can, if you dig around. I mean, it's not a department store, it's not easy. You have to have time to dig around and find things at a secondhand store, but so well worth the time, because you take what was someone else's and completely make it your own. And I love that. I love it.
Is that your grandma's coat?
My co-editor of the film, Palvisha, is from Pakistan, and she was just joining us for 1 semester, so she's at home and sends her wishes to all of you, and was really excited that we were going to show that at this event. And also the music, of course, was not my original music. It was Thrift Shop by Macklemore. When I was brainstorming the storyboard for this video project, I thought that maybe by telling Allison and AJ's thrift shop story in this 2-minute time frame, more people would watch, causing more people to understand and examine their own consumer behavior. Individuals are just individuals, and this has kind of been a theme coursing throughout the presentations all day, but it's possible that Allison and AJ choosing to thrift instead of buy new clothes off the department store racks is making a very minuscule dent in the climate change chain, but it's still a dent. And I think, and so do Allison and AJ, that system change starts with personal behavior adjustment. So, I ask you, how many pieces of new clothing have you purchased this year? This month? Do you know where that clothing was produced? When's the last time you snagged something off of a thrift store shelf, giving it new life and keeping it out of a landfill? When will the next time you do that be? If I can make one request to close tonight, just please share this story with others who might not be of the way their own consumerism contributes to the sustainability we strive for. I can send you the link. Tell people about Allison and AJ and how stylish they look in old sweaters from the 70s. Ride the bus to Savers with a friend who's never been there before. and think about your own goals for helping to change others' perspectives or behavior. Maybe we can make a video together. Thank you, and I've got a couple minutes left for questions. Yeah, how within the larger theme of creating a video that relates to sustainability for the class, did I choose this particular topic of thrift store shoppers? I believe in the power of getting lucky when you're trying to write or capture stories. Sometimes you know someone who has a cool thing going on in their life that you just want to share with other people, and that was actually the case for this video. Allison and I work together in the admissions office here on campus, and she's always looking trendy, but she also speaks a lot about where she finds her clothes and why she chooses to thrift and not buy new. And I've found that to be a really captivating, fascinating story. She's also got a lot of fun, quirky personality, and those people make for the best story subjects, especially when video is concerned, because we get to see them. And so when Greg laid the syllabus in front of us and said, here's your task for this semester, Allison was just someone who kind of instantly came to mind as a good subject for a possible story like this. And then I had to ask around. It was her suggestion, actually, then to interview AJ Ekberg, the other subject of the film, because they had had conversations before about their thrift shopping practices. So, yeah, again, sometimes you just get lucky in knowing someone who's got a cool story. This one kind of landed in my lap, which was nice. I actually made a New Year's resolution for 2013 not to buy any new clothing for the year, and it's April 22nd, and I've purchased one item. It was a new pair of skinny jeans because the two that I had holes in the crotch. So I did break down and purchase a new pair of jeans, and I did not get them at a thrift store because I'm 5'11", and thrifting for skinny jeans for a 5'11" girl is very challenging. And so I actually felt really incongruent doing that, and it took me, my roommates in the audience can attest, it took me a number of weeks to stop wearing the holey jeans. I had my mom patch the holes before I really stopped wearing them, and I didn't throw either of them away. I still have them, hoping to make something out of the denim. So I've actually not purchased anything this year yet. I'm intending not to. I hope I don't have to. This dress was given to me by a friend who's no longer wearing it. This is 3 years old. The boots are 2 years old. This necklace is Kelsey's. And these earrings, I think my parents are watching online. These earrings were taken out of my mom's jewelry box circa 1977. So, absolutely. The question was, how do you fight the stigma of purchasing clothing that you're actually going to wear as a human being and not as someone dressed up for Halloween from a thrift shop? It's a great question. I think that projects like this, and that was one of the reasons for me choosing this topic for a video, and believing that video or writing kind of can contribute to behavior change. Buy your clothes from a thrift shop, look stylish, wear them, and I think the more people who do that, any time a trend starts, it's because more people do it. So keep fighting the good fight. My timer just beeped. I think I'm done. Thank you.